The December 5th, 2023 meeting of the West Haven ARPA Committee will now come to order. Will each member, paid professional and city official, please state your name for the record? Ken Carney.
David Grudberg, Carmody Torrance, counsel to the committee.
Dwight Knowles. James Harris. Jerry Perda.
Iris Diaz.
Rohan Smith. Bernie Chiarelli.
Each member has received a copy of the agenda for tonight's meeting. Are there any proposed changes? That's pages 1 through 4 is the agenda. If none, the agenda stands. The chair will now ask the clerk for a motion to waive the reading of the November 8th, 2023 special meeting minutes.
Motion to waive the meeting. Second.
Okay, so to be clear, we're going to waive the reading of the minutes for the November 8th meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go down to Chairman's Report. Let's go to page 14. This is the proposed meeting schedule for the 2024 year. These will be the regular meetings of the ARPA Committee. Do you have a motion to accept these meeting proposals?
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We'll give it to Iris. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, I'm going to start with the ARPA project list. I'm going to start with on page 15. This is our list that we're working off of. I've given you a larger tracker to follow. Go to page 16. I have an invoice from Carmody for $23,837.50. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second that motion.
Do I have any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We now go to Jow Films for $250. Is that correct, that number? $250? Okay. Invoice number 1142, that's on page 22. Do I have a motion to accept?
Motion.
Approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Gary. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, I have Robert Half. I have 2 invoices for these guys. 4 invoices, actually. I've got one for $2546.04. That's on page 23. I have one for $1305.36 on page 24. I have one for $2463.72 on page 25. And I have one for $1529.54 on page 26. Do I have a motion to approve all 4 invoices?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? These are the invoices for the in-house ARPA staff that we hire from Robert Half. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, I have Hearst Media. This is the New Haven Register. This is advertisement for ARPA projects. I have on page 27, I have an ad for $400.41, and on page 28 through 29, I have a second ad for $458.06. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
That'd be Rohan for the, Ken will be the second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We move down to Child Development Center roof. We have 2 invoices, one on page 30 and one on page 31. They're both for Dunn Environmental. Before a roof project can commence, a asbestos survey has to be completed. That survey was completed some time ago, back in June of '22, believe it or not. The invoices were mailed to City Hall instead of being sent to me. I just got them. So we're gonna ask that we approve one invoice for $57.50 and one invoice for $13.20. Do you have a motion to approve?
We are approving an invoice that is from April of 2022.
In June of '22, yes, sir.
Which is this one?
I'm sorry, May of, I have June and May, not April.
Which page is this?
Go to page 30
Okay,
and page 31.
okay.
This is the hygienist who went over to the Child Development Center, drilled holes in the roof and all the flashings, did an asbestos report, created a 50-page report. We used that to go out to bid. Imperial Roofing got the low bid. They were awarded the project because they were low bidder. and they use that report as part of the basis of their bid.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
That would be Iris. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Next, before we go on, let's stop there for a moment. The pre-construction meeting for the Child Development Center roof is on Tuesday at 11 o'clock on site with Imperial Roofing. Okay. Next, we move on to Parks Fund. And this is, we have Ernie here for this, and let's go start at page 32. Bull Hill Lane, reliable fence, $945. And that is work to a swing gate
It was hit by a car.
and re-welded. Do I have a motion to approve that?
They charge the drive off the car.
It was, we just discovered it, hit. We don't know who did it.
Oh, okay. Second. Okay, we got Ken and Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to Payton Park on page 34. Here we have the Upper Pavilion guardrail. You've already approved this at a higher price, and then when you approved the work to be done, when the work was done, it came in at a lower price. That price is now $89.50. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Gary, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, go to page 39. This is reimbursement for our parks management hours. I have two invoices here. I have, three invoices, my apologies. I have, one for $3,024.44, one for $1,342.92, and one for $2,551.38, and that spans up to page 41. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
That's Dwight. Do I have a second?
Second.
That's Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to page 42. This is O'Brien and Sons, and this is bench work. So we had purchased the materials, I believe, separately.
Yes, this
From
is sole,
manufacturer?
they're the sole provider, so we had to buy the materials from them, and we're being able to repair some of the benches.
Okay. So this is an invoice for $4,456. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve?
That's Iris. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
That's Rohan. And any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, go to page 46. And this is hygienics. This is Morris Park Storage. So this is the testing the lead, is that true?
Yeah, it's a blue building that we want to take down at Morris Park.
Mm-hmm.
And before we do that, we had to get it tested for asbestos. Asbestos was found, and this company is going to be doing the removal.
Hygienics is removing it, or they did the testing?
They
They did
I'm
the
sorry.
Yes, they did testing,
They
right.
did the testing.
Right, okay. So Hygienics we've worked with before. They did our high school, and they're also doing Washington School. The state law is before a structure can come down, no matter when it was built, it has to be tested for asbestos. This invoice covers that. $1,370. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
That's Rohan. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go to page 47. Here we have a barrier gate near the sewage plant. We put this under, yes, we put this under, not parks, we're putting this under sewer, right?
Yes.
Storm sewer? So, tell us about this one, Ernie.
Off the new road that they're building up on Beach Street, there is a ramp going down behind the sewer plant, and it was asked of me to put a barrier gate there so no one will drive off into that lower road.
Go to page 48. Excuse me.
That's the picture of the access into that lower road. And you could also go to 49, you could see more detail on it.
So this is an estimate for $2,388. Franks and Fence. Do I have a motion to approve?
You're approving the estimate, right?
Correct, sir.
Motion to approve.
That's Dwight. Do I have a second? Second, Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, on page 51, Mr. Ferris, we're happy to see we have Reliable Fence here. Reliable Fence is proposing a guardrail at Morris Park for $2288. Do I have a motion to approve this estimate?
I'll make a motion.
All right. Do I have a second? That'd be
I
Gary?
second.
It's Iris? Okay, we'll give to Iris. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Both are approved, Ernie.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, Food Bank, we have, two of the applications are going before Marb this Thursday. We expect they'll be approved because the subcommittee did approve them. Stormwater, we have a reimbursement on page 53. Now, this is a report from the city Public Works Department using ARPA funds to fix a problem at Harold and Dick Street. I have a description, I have the coordinates, I have a list of hours, I have pictures of the job being done and completed, and that ranges page 53 through 57, 58 actually, all the way to 61. My materials are here, everything, and the total bill is $7,443.19. Do we have a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
Iris, do I have a second?
Second.
That'd be Dwight. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we move on to the Recycling and Reuse Center. That is still in design. Project number 2022-013, the broadband access for the library. That contract has now been signed, and we will be getting additional invoices. City Hall windows. That project, the walkthrough is this Friday, December 8th, at 10 a.m. for the asbestos bidders and 11 o'clock for the window bidders. We split the project up. Last time we put it out to bid, the guys who came, who did windows, did not want to do removal. The guys who came to do abatement did not want to do windows, so we didn't get much in the way of bidding. So that has now been broken up. And I will have the paid professionals here for those walkthroughs. Any questions on that one? Next, we go to the fire districts. They are in various stages of their projects. I can tell you that West Shore is still in design for the expansion of their sleeping quarters. Center is negotiating the purchase of 2 houses, and Allentown will have a final set of plans on December 15th for their annex, which is a large 3-bay garage, which is heated, so they can store their equipment in it. And I'll be sharing that with the commissioners of Allentown when that becomes available. Any questions on any of those? Okay, we go on to boardwalk monitoring cameras. I have the engineer making weekly visits, and there was a lot of talk about connecting these cameras to the PD. And we have, on page 62, a proposal. And this is a proposal, let's see which company that was. Hold on one second. If you read page 62, it kind of brings you where we need to be. But the bottom line is they're going to put in a fiber optic line. There's a $1,600 charge from the engineer, and there is a $1,730 per month fee for the data. We would pay that up to December of '26, and that would have to go into their budget. The only other way to connect the cameras is through Wi-Fi. That would be about a $500 a month bill, and the problem with that is they don't think it's secure enough. The 1730 charge is all-inclusive. We have gotten huge prices to bring fiber optic. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is a 1730 charge to bring fiber to the police station and connect the beach to it. And that's from Frontier.
1730 a month, and it proposed for a 3-year contract. So, after the 3-year contract, who's gonna pick up the bill?
Not ARPA. It would have to go to the police budget.
Okay.
So it's really like a $1,200 monthly charge. You would have paid $5 change for the Wi-Fi, but you're getting the infrastructure installed. And there's a map here on page 64 that shows you how this thing goes together and where it's going. And they're talking 500 meg.
Yeah. I know, but I guess my question is more aligned with, I understand all of this, but after the 3 years, I don't know, I guess I'm looking for guarantee that they're gonna pick it up, because I don't wanna invest this money into this, and then in 3 years, it's just go down the drain because they're not willing to pick it up.
Well, so let's talk about that. Sort of beyond our scope here, but let's just we'll share that, thought for a minute. Their choices after 3 years will be to continue paying it, do not pay it, which means they lose their cameras on the beach, and they lose a lot more than $1730 a month. They lose $500,000 in infrastructure. Or they go to a third party and they try to create some other fiber optic line for a lot more money. They're not gonna get a better deal than this. And my sense is the price will probably come down after 3 years.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to approve the $1730 per month from Frontier and the $1,600 one-time fee from Omnidata to manage this project?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Iris, all right. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Just write that on here, approved. Okay, move down to, go to page 65. This is a invoice from A&S Electrical, who's working on that project, for $69,401.89. I actually do have a PO. It didn't make this agenda, but there is a PO written for A&S for a little over $300,000. Their backup is through page 67, and I went down there and I took pictures of their equipment, and I took pictures of all of the materials that they bought ahead of time, so they're fully stocked down there. And I'll just show you that real quick. Find this for you. There you go. So if you look at the TV screen, this is the digging that's going on down there. This was taken a couple weeks ago, and there's a trailer behind the bathhouse that has all their poles, wire, pipe in it. The $69,000 is certainly fair for everything they put into it at this point. And this is application 1, payment 1.
And this one was a public bid.
Correct.
And the change order?
The change order is, you asked for the change order?
Yes.
The change order is the engineer asked them to upgrade their fittings to a rust-proof fitting. So they returned the normal fittings and brought in the rust-proof ones for $1,823.85. So I'm asking for a motion to approve A&S Electrical in the amount of $69,401.89. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
That's Dwight. Do I have a second?
I second.
That's Iris. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We go to page 68, which is the change order. Here's the change order. Here's the credit of $413 for the regular fittings. It was $2237.53 for the upgraded fittings, and that's a net difference of $1823.85. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second? That'd be Dwight. I'm sorry, Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we go to Painter Park Fieldhouse, December 15th. We will have the plans for that. EMS pay, first responders. It is my understanding that the 3 fire departments are before MARB on December 7th this week to discuss that and request this be released. Next, I have camera and sound in meeting room. This job is actually done. They're in training stages. If you go to page 69, I have an invoice here for $5,425 from DNR. So there's an iPad on that table over there, and that controls the whole room. All they have to do is hit a button, and the cameras come on, the microphones come on, TVs come on. Through ClickShare, you can share what's on your iPad, as I've been doing tonight, and the cameras will follow the person that's speaking, and the screen will be broken up into 3 parts. Those parts will show the podium and both sides of the council. Same situation here at North. Okay. So I'm asking for a invoice for $5,425 for DNR to be approved. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
That's Rohan. Do I have a second?
Second.
That'd be Ken Ferris. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Housing Crisis Grant Fund, have not seen a single invoice. You want me to call for them tomorrow? Columbus House, yeah. Let's go to page 70. So this is the Haley ramp repair, the ADA ramp. We went out to bid. Our low bidder was $137,000. Our ARPA budget is $100,000. We went back out to bid. We got 2 bids, $89,000 and $57,100. The low bidder was White Owl. We met with White Owl. We did a scope review. They met all of the conditions in the scope review, and they were awarded the job to start in the spring for $57,100. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
That's Ken. Do I have a second? That'd be Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, I have the West Haven Field Turf Track. Let me bring that up on the screen for you. All right, so here is the field installed. They're using the field. There's the track. Here's a close-up of the D-zone there. Here's the track numbered. Here is the baseball field. They raised it to take care of all the flooding issues. This is a synthetic softball field. There it is again. So that's just a quick update on that. Next, I have HVAC Noble Community Center rooftop units. Those RTUs are on order. Then I have your electrical main breakers. Nothing's been done with that. And the Kerrigan boilers, the boilers are expected this month. And then we're still waiting for a design to go out to bid. I do have a invoice on page 71 for HF Lens, who are the designers. They're asking for 18,601.80. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
That would be Dwight. Do I have a second? Second, Gary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Bleacher repair at Veterans Field, there's been no movement on it yet. Community mental health, that contract is before MARB this week. Aid to small business. So I emailed everyone, the 3 applications we got. Does anybody need a hard copy of that? Of the applications, anybody? Has anyone looked at them?
I did.
Briefly,
You did?
briefly.
All right, can I give you a hard copy? You look up a little closer? Not tonight, but just to have them.
Sure.
So I did send these to UHY and asked them to vet them. At the next meeting, I'd like to talk about them in detail. This is private information, so I can't, it's financials and stuff. But I'd like to get your input on that. Does anybody else have a request for a hard copy? Anybody? You want a hard copy, Dwight?
No, I'm good.
So I don't want to approve these until everyone looks at everything. Did you want a hard copy?
Sure, I'll take a hard copy.
Again,
Can't be the one
confidential,
with
just
a
keep them.
hard copy.
Oh, well,
Obviously, you don't share this with anybody, or the
absolutely.
information.
Thank you.
Of course not.
So I don't want to approve these tonight until we get a discussion, and we'll probably have to bring them in for an interview. We'll ask questions, and then we'll do that in executive session. Any questions on that? Okay, next we have the support for Arts for Community Funding. I'm waiting for contracts. I think we're close there. Storage Shed Police Department project, that's in design. I expect that December 15th. And Carrollton School Playscape, let me bring that up for you. That one's pretty cool. Let's see where we are. That's the Allentown Garage, by the way. That's the Painter Park Field House, and that's the police garage. All right, this is the drain we put in at Kerrigan School to drain off the new court. This is the actual court without the lines. There's the new fencing and the new net, basketball nets. So it's a huge playscape. It's another classroom. It's 2 pickleball courts, 1 basketball court, all fenced, properly pitched with lights and drainage. And I have an invoice on page 72 from Hinding for 149,588.40. That's the builder of the Kerrigan Playscape. Do I have a motion to approve?
One procurement question on this one, they're on state bid list.
Correct. They're not in the state bid list. They're part of a buying group through CREC.
Got it.
Yeah. Cooperative purchasing.
Motion to approve?
Yep, that's Dwight. Do I have a second?
I second.
Iris, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. At this point in time, we're at new business. Does any member have any new business to present? If there's no new business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn is passed. Everyone have a wonderful night, and thank you very, very much for being here.
Thank you.